So now it is that your girls recorded. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into this next damn reaction. Tommy and FG, shout outs to you. Freaky characters. And the fact that is that we're seeing the freakiest one of all within the first, not even the second of the video. Well, I guess it is. We're gonna have something to talk about. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's jump into this next damn video, y'all.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
I'm glad we waited.
This world has been full of freaks since before humans were roaming. And when watching any TV show, I feel like there's always one character dedicated to the freak position. Like, even in non-adult shows, you have your simps all around. It's like when the horny drive takes over, people totally forget about everything around them. It grabs you by the chest and doesn't let go. Which is probably something Johnny Bravo would do. Johnny Bravo by far past—
I've said this before in an older reaction. I can't remember what video it is that I did specifically, but I've been said Johnny Bravo needs to be locked up. I've been said this, that he needs to be locked up in jail, or not in prison. Johnny Bravo was definitely a creep. And I've said this of like, there's a lot of cartoon shows it is that we watch that has a lot of either sexual content, or there are some characters in there that are basically just essaying and harassing people. And it's not, and the fact that this is being put out in TV shows, of course, kids is not gonna know, they're not gonna know that, but an adult watching it is gonna be like, wait, hold on, like, what? Johnny Bravo, Pepe Le Pew. I talked about the fucking Kanker sisters, Ed and Nettie. Those girls basically are worded an essay, the Ed boys. You know, there's a lot of TV shows that has content in there that is not allowed, that should not have been allowed. Ren and Stimpy is another one. Like, it's Johnny Bravo was unsuccessful at winning the ladies. Yeah, but he was successful with being a creep, and that's not good, because then you have children who watch these shows and think it is that's it. You know, they don't know the content behind that. But now you have these kids growing up and they're seeing this stuff and they're thinking that this is okay to go ahead and harass women and do all this other stuff, X, Y, and Z. And that's not good. The entire season of Total Drama Island, absolutely. Hiding in bushes, watching, yeah, nah.
This is all cartoon down bad character.
If you want to really be, really be down to the point, a lot of the shit that Johnny Bravo did was very parasocial to all these different women and stuff. Is like, yeah, nah.
And really looking back at it, how the hell is this show age rated for 10 plus? There's no way nowadays they gonna let a character like Johnny Bravo air on TV for kids to watch. Fun fact though, apparently Seth MacFarlane and Butch Hartman both wrote for the show. Kinda crazy considering one went to make the most wild adult cartoon to ever exist, and another made the most family friendly cartoons to ever exist. But for people that haven't seen Johnny Bravo, first off, you young as then you've never seen Johnny Bravo? I know you grew up watching Cocomelon and all. Like, are you even old enough to watch this video? The premise of Johnny Bravo is very simple. Johnny Bravo tries to get with any girl within his peripheral. Johnny Bravo is the perfect definition of doing anything for the hoes. Think of the worst thing your homie could do that's absolutely down bad. Sending gifts and money to OnlyFans girls, throwing their friends under the bus to look cool. Johnny Bravo's whole origin story of how he even got buff was literally because he wanted to impress this girl. And believe it or not, he did it in 6 weeks. I don't know what type of steroids this man took to go from this to this, but hand them to me. I don't care about the side effects. I've been working out for 4 years and I'm not even close to that. That's how you know the horny drive has a different type of power. He went from looking like the cinnamon stick off Apple Jacks to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Don't want to finish the name because YouTube might confuse it for another word and age restrict this video. Buff ass. And you know what? I actually understand it. That's every guy's origin story for getting started in the gym. But I'm still on that origin story, and it's better.
Honestly, if it's not to impress someone, it's because of a breakup. You could ask even me, if it was like, people will ask that question of like, I see you working out and everything like that. What brought you to that level of wanting to work out? Honestly, when you either be in a relationship and you see somebody and you're just like, I don't want, and you see somebody let themselves go and you take a good look at them and you're like, this ain't it. I don't ever want to be like that. You know what I mean? There's that, or you go through a breakup and in order to distract your mind from the reality of the breakup, I literally just said this in the last video we was reacting to, that breakups hit very differently for different people, and sometimes it's very hard to bounce back from it. So, and especially with us women, we will lose ourselves a lot of times in trying to appease within a relationship. And when it's finally over, that's when we do glow ups. That's when we start, like, chopping some hair off, doing a different color, start going to the gym. We start doing all the shit it is that we should have been doing in the relationship. It's just focusing on us, back to ourselves during the breakup, So a lot of people's motivation going to the gym is usually a breakup.
Been 4 years. The amount of times Johnny Bravo toed the line from Riz to sexual harassment was preposterous. And there was no towing the line. He decimated the line if there ever was a line. There was never a line. This man had the Riz of what a dude who watches Alpha podcast.
Nah, you gotta go out and practice game is crazy. Nah, I live around too many day niggas. I want to be skinny, fat, or lean when I was them super overweight people. Damn. I dropped 23 pounds out of walking due to a breakup. Some people sleep on walking, Zona. Please, for the love of God, please don't let it be. You're pacing back and forth into an establishment. You gotta go outside. You have to be doing over 10,000 steps a day in order to start, really like losing weight. You know what I mean? But you're still the same body shape technically when it is that you do that, because it's all cardio. Like, you still have the same shape, you just lost weight. Boom. That now, to get definition, imagine doing all that walking and then adding weights into the mix and then eating a certain amount of protein throughout the day. So there's that. Fun fact about this is that he did all that to find out that she left town and started her own family, and it was prom night even. Damn. I want to be powerlifting regardless of the circumstances. If you overweight, then just be prepared to knocked knees. So much damn construction here. I'll be jumping and lunging too. Type shit. Love that for you, Zona.
Pull girls, flexing in front of him, grabbing their shoulders and massaging them, then pulling out his phone thinking they're gonna automatically put their number in it because they're so infatuated with them. If Johnny Bravo was a real he'd be the type of dude to start punching you in front of the hose all of a sudden, pulling some WWE and karate moves out the blue like he's training to be the next Dragon Warrior. There is no lengths Johnny Bravo wouldn't take to make it work. In one episode, he literally dressed like a girl to impress this girl. I really don't understand how this would work. Like, if we ain't talking about Ellen DeGeneres, then how is she gonna want you after this? You'd have a better chance with Lil Nas X. My man's even got drafted to the military and started flirting with his sergeant. Do you see her face of horror? How do you make a military sergeant even feel this way? He definitely got exploded in a bomb testing site after this. There was an episode where he was on furry timing, and I don't know what happened after this, but it can't be good. But by far the worst moment I've seen from Johnny Bravo is
Trouble Teen Hotline.
Your boyfriend left you? So, what are you wearing? What?
Yep. This was on Cartoon Network. This was an aired show. I remember this. The fact that they allowed this is like, all the producers, they need to get locked up. Everybody responsible for this, y'all need to get locked up.
All right.
Case on some Drake shit.
Certified lover boy, certified.
Yeah, I've heard enough. Lock this man the f up. As a matter of fact, how is Johnny Bravo not locked up? He's probably talked to every single woman that's existed in a 5-mile radius from him. Like, him and Quagmire could really be twins. Quagmire is so freaky, he got a whole catchphrase for when he feels horny. And I don't know how we be pulling the baddest in the world while saying giggity giggity goo, but it works every time. Like, this man be pulling off all his horny accolades while being 61. At 61, I'd be lucky if I could keep my
I never knew Quagmire's age. I never knew his age. Whoa. I never knew this nigga's age. Oh, nah, that's even worse. He definitely needs to fucking go, because I didn't know that was... What? Nigga, I said 60 early. Wow. Yep, 61. They think we don't notice. Wow, that's really creepy then. That's extremely creepy.
my up without downing 5 rhino pills. It already takes me about 2 to get through the day. It's weirdly impressive to me though,
What?
because it takes a lot of strength to keep up with that for 40 years in a row. They gotta put this man's energy to some type of different use. Like in that one episode where he first found out about
Oh no, trust me, still. Men within their 60s can very much capable to still impregnate a woman. Very much, very much can still do it. It's crazy work.
internet corn, and his arm came out the size of a body.
My man hasn't been outside for at least 10 days and just went straight to just spanking. That is so nasty, bro. They might need a honey pack. No, they don't need these niggas. The last thing it is you want to be doing is fueling these niggas up with a honey pack. You do not want to give them that. That'd be the worst thing it is that you want to do, because because then they, like, when you have horny goggles or horny vision, you're not thinking with logic. So you're gonna be out here doing all types of crazy shit, and I don't even want to think about what it is that this nigga would do if he was on something like that. We don't need that.
Bodybuilding. People work their whole life to get that, bro. You know Quagmire's a freak when he got a house with things set up in each corner for a different type of kink. Like, I don't know how bro could even let his family in his house when in one corner you have a leg sprinter 4000. In another corner you have a pegging pounder 3000. And it doesn't help that he has all different types of sex traps set around the house too. Quahog police move at snail speed, because how is this man not arrested? His friend, who's a whole ass cop, knows about what he be up to and doesn't even care. Like, I'm just realizing how crazy that is, because in reality that happens more than people think. Like, Joe, I don't care if you're in a wheelchair, put that shit in work and roll to your boss to write this man up. Quagmire gotta be one of the most slimy out there too. Like, how you about to get with your friend's wife? For y'all that don't know, he hooked up with Cleveland's ex-wife when they were still together. And then you're gonna start dating your best friend's daughter. He waited for her too. He waited for Meg to turn 18 and then he made his move. It's beyond me how Peter didn't execute him at that moment. And then they gleefully stayed friends after that. Quagmire's lucky Peter's the most sped on the planet, because if it was anyone else, he would be in his grave. He also
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Quagmire is the reason why Cleveland and his wife aren't together anymore. It's literal the whole reason. This nigga is the problem. He's the problem. Wait, he got arrested at one episode. I forgot which one it is that he was in. I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, like this man's the problem.
also married Lois and had kids with her in an episode where they were in a different universe. If I saw that, I don't care if it's a different universe, I'm dropping this on the spot. I wouldn't even want my homies to have the audacity to do that in a different universe. And while
to be honest with you, that like you don't want to be what is considered an herb ass nigga. You don't want to be considered as that. You're dirty macking is another term that people use. You don't want to be a dirty mac, because dirty macking means it is you spitting game on a woman that's either in close proximity. It's either your friends, your own boys, girl, ex, sibling, cousin, mother. You know what I mean? Like it's that is a level of dirty macking. And the fact that, like, if people really think it is spitting game, and then you see these Maury shows that's talking about it is like, oh well, they slept with my cousin, this, and this. Those are, no, that's not what Return of the Mac meant. No, that's not Return of the Mac. Macking is literally to be a player, which I think thrived. I want to say it's a West Coast term, I believe, but niggas do not fuck with dirty macking. Dirty macking is that's nasty. That's nasty. So if you're in another universe and your mans is married to your wife, I ain't gonna lie, I might have to drop a nigga too. I might have to do the same thing, because it's like, so in a different universe, this is what it is you was trying to do. Yeah, nah, you gotta see me. Even if I go back in my present time, I gotta whoop the nigga ass just because. And I'm not trying to advocate no violence or anything like that. But YouTube, I'm not trying to advocate no violence. But like, nah, that's something that gotta be checked immediately. It's just like, this is what you was doing in an alternate universe? Yeah, nah, hell no.
We're on Family Guy, we gotta include Herbert the pervert. I don't know if it's
Oh,
him being
no.
a freak more than him being a vicious predator. Herbert is another example of a character that would not pass by if he came out today. They don't even show him anymore in Family Guy because of how wild he was. Like, the amount of methods he was using to spawn the children, I'm thinking he was a former CIA or FBI agent. He must have been at this for 50 years. And the Quag parents are completely blind to it 24/7. Like, how do you not notice this 90-year-old man chasing kids in the street? I feel so bad for Chris. Chris has been a victim since before I was even born. I mean, his parents are Peter and Lois, so I'm not really surprised. Someone who has no parents, though, is Denji. And he's also a freak also, you know, that's why he's in the video. Denji is easily the face of modern freaky around the world. He likes to get walked like a dog. He likes to bark for women. Never in my life am I getting walked like a dog or barking for a girl. You could get any woman in the world and I promise you it's not happening. I mean, his whole goal in life, admiration, in the entire story, the thing that motivates him to work the hardest is to lose his V card. I'm genuinely wondering.
But hey, he is also a damn victim. We've talked about this before. It is like, wasn't an old girl like in her 20s and he's in his teens? He's a victim. Yeah, nah. Let it be Megan. I'll be on my knees. All right, gang. Wait, they don't show him no more? No, that old ass nigga? Hell no. They do not show him anymore. And a lot of it had to do with the amount of like, this is a bit wrong to sit there and have this character perpetuating it is that he's trying to get with a child, specifically boys, young boys at that. That's not a good look, even in cartoons. That was allowed. It's just nuts. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind being in Denji's shoes. I need you to focus, okay? Remember that one scene when Denji kissed one of the characters and she remember using the tongue. Also, Quez, how are you? Last night I went to my uncle's house for the 4th of July and I told my cousin that y'all just alike and you and her are the same. What do you mean by that? And they say men are easy. Nah, that's sick. That's sick.
What's about to happen to him when he finally does? Does he just go to a grass field living his days out while staring at the sunset? The perfect way to end off Chainsaw Man is he finally gets to lose it and goes, wow, that was more hyped up than I thought it was gonna be. I knew Denji was a freaky ass when in the anime, he completely decimates and kills this purple devil in broad daylight, all off the promise from Power that he could feel her tatas after, potentially risking his whole life on getting a cop of some tatas. And I'm not gonna spoil it for people because
damn, to be swindled that easily? Damn, come on, gang. She got red hair, you got blue? Oh, that's funny.
because I have read a lot of the manga and just know it only gets worse from where the anime is. You know what? I could hate on it for being such a dumb reason why, but it works at the end of the day. So, hey, a motivator's a motivator. Better than a lot of freaky dudes on the list. But I feel bad because Denji's more of a victim than anything. Versus...
I said that. Yeah, like Denji's a victim. Oh, Jay Washington, thank you so much for the 5 biddies. I appreciate you.
Starts off with him basically getting groomed by Makima, and then Himino, who are both in their mid-20s while he's 16. They
I knew it. I knew it. That's why I was saying, like, he's more of a victim. If anything, he's more of a victim. He going based off of promises of women who are of age. They got no damn business going ahead and prying on this boy, this young boy, you know, to make him go ahead and do these dangerous things to risk his life for just a touch or a feel or something. Like that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Getting groomed by Makima, and then Himino, who are both in their mid-20s while he's 16. They on that Drake type of time. It's crazy because if this manga was the exact reversal and it was a bunch of older dudes with this 16-year-old girl, yeah, it would be completely GG's. Someone else who's completely down bad to the max is Pepe Le Pew. Now, I don't know.
I am so glad it is that finally we are talking about this. I've been saying this for the longest time, that they should have never allowed Pepe Le Pew being this down bad and harassing this damn cat. It's so bad. I think there was one episode where she started to like actually fall for him, and then he got kind of weirded out, like, whoa, what is this? Like, he didn't want it. So, lesson learned, even through all the freaky stuff it is that he does, is that men are just for the chase. Men literally love the chase, and once the chase is over, it's like, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? That weird.
How many of y'all know this skunk from Looney Tunes? But if you don't, then it's probably better you don't. First off, just the thought of a freaky ass skunk is kind of funny. Like, out of all animals, you choose the most disgusting animal out there. Pepe Le Pew is freaky just like the others, but it's more the fact that
She is not a skunk, gang. That's a cat.
he sneaks up and grabs girl cats, then violently kisses them. And I'm more confused on the fact that his love interest is a cat. I did search it up, and it is true that cats and skunks can indeed not procreate. So I don't know how their relationship works, but it's not gonna be normal. His character was so controversial that Warner Bros. Completely removed him. That should just show how freaky this skunk really was.
Yeah, there was a whole big ass case about it, of them removing him off because of the amount of stuff it is that he would do. So that's correct.
Now, apparently some people want him revamped and back into the Looney Tunes universe.
No.
I don't know how they would pull this off.
I'm sorry, but even the revamped version of the Looney Tunes is garbage. I see that quite a bit on Cartoon Network. It's usually on throughout the daytime, and I don't like it. They do the revamped version of Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, and I don't like both of them. I hate it. I really do. I really do. I don't like it.
Off when his whole image is coming up behind people unannounced and violently touching them. But who knows? Maybe they'll give the skunk a nice little shave, give him a new outfit with some clean shoes, a new attitude, and boom, he's back. Last we got Finn from Adventure Time. People fail to forget that Finn wasn't only a down bad.
I'm glad it is that people are talking about. I'm glad it is that you're talking about Finn, because I've said this about with that damn show. And I feel like it is that there's some weird stuff going on. I've said this before, and people are like, "But Ari, Adventure Time is so cool. This is and this." I don't care. I don't care.
Badass. He was also a freak. Like, tell me right now why out of all Finn's relationships he was in through all of Adventure Time, that he never had a relationship with a single human girl. This man was trying to get some candy cheeks before getting human cheeks. He's never had a relationship with a single human girl in the entire show's run. This man was messing with Bubblegum and, as we know, royally fumbled. And I found out later on that she apparently got with Marceline at the end of the story. So not only did he turn one girl to switch sides, but two. I think something was just wrong with this man's energy. I don't know. Let me go ahead and name all the types of people Finn got with before he got with the human. A fire person, a forest person, a pillow person, a bee person, and a worm? I'm not joking. There's an episode where he actually marries a worm. Technically in the episode it is a dream, but I've never had a dream where I married a worm. I guess since he's a worm too, it's fine though. Like, who am I to hate on his kink? This is kind of making me happy I never finished the show. Like, just doing research alone for this video confused me. When I was watching, man, it was just Finn and Jake goofing off in a treehouse going to the land of candy people sometimes. It took a complete turn, I guess. But hey, I can only talk about Freak so much or else I'll turn into him. Overall, a lot of these characters, Quagmire, Johnny Bravo, and Herbert, should definitely be put on a list. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Well, I am glad it is that is being talked about, because we have mentioned this a couple times before of why are certain things allowed within cartoons, and I'm glad it is that Tommy had talked about it. So, Tommy, NFG, shout outs to you, gang. Shout outs to y'all in the chat, and shout outs to you at home. I will catch y'all in the next video.
Oh,